Hi guys, Gijoe here, and welcome back to the bunker here in Atlanta, Georgia. Wanted to come to you briefly to talk to you about carriers and magnetizing the carriers. As you probably know, there are several videos out there on how to magnetize carriers. I've seen stuff from General Hand Grenade. I've seen stuff from Der Künstler. I think he was where I first saw the magnetized carriers, was Der Künstler. Also saw some cool things from Cyberblood and Detroit talking about magnetic paint and all great ideas. And I decided to try to use magnets because I haven't yet painted my carriers, and so I didn't want to have to paint my carriers yet. So I want to show you what I did, and hopefully you won't make the same mistake I did. So the first thing I did was I tried to go with Der Künstler's recommendation and do the thing where you put the batteries. I drilled the holes in here, and then I put epoxy in here, and I went and got some epoxy, and I did all that, and I apparently did something wrong, and I'm really not sure what I did wrong, but Der Künstler's look awesome. They're nice and sealed, but as you can see, it just looks like a bunch of jello mesh. And this is a day and a half ago. I did this a day and a half ago, and it is still wet. And there's no way I'm going to put this on my board because it's going to stain the board. And I mean, I can run my finger across here and still feel all the moisture, and this isn't going to touch my board. So I did 3 or 4 of my Japanese carriers, and I was kind of bummed when I did it. Now, I will say that they will magnetize well. So, you know, that's going on there and it's not coming off. But like I said, there's no way I'm going to put this on my board. So I kind of stopped what I was doing. And what I did was, in my conversation that I had with War-Torn here last night, I was talking to him about some of my frustration. And he said, no, don't use the epoxy. Just use the same glue that I talked to you guys about for the flight stands. And I was like, really? So I tried it, and I had a huge success. So I wanted to show you what I did. And this is all based off War-Torn's recommendation. But first of all, these carriers, these are out of the box. So if you can see the bottom of the American carrier, and this is the Italian carrier, which is also the same sculpt as the German, the Zeppelin, and then the British carrier. They're all solid bottoms, and then the Japanese and the Anzac carriers all have this kind of open bottom. So what he recommended I do, and it worked great, was I just simply put a few magnets on there, and I added some of the same glue that I use for the flight stands, the Loctite. And I just kind of push the magnets this way and that way. And I mean, like within 15-20 seconds, that was solid. And there's no residue on the bottom, so it's not going to affect my game board, my map at all. And of course, the planes magnetized great. See, upside down. Now, since I have the Japanese carrier, I thought I'd show you this. I know a lot of people are talking about filing down these wheels, which of course you can do, and it will allow you to have the magnet or have the plane sit flat on there. But what I've noticed is, although the pull is not as hard and as strong, it's still strong enough to keep it from falling off, and I don't have to shave off my wheels because I just love the profile of that, and especially looks great on the flight stand. So that works. All right, so there's that. Now with the Anzac carrier, and of course you might be thinking, why in the world did you magnetize an Anzac carrier like you're ever going to use it? But I figured you never know. Like the one day that I play a game and I'm playing somebody who's really not understanding how to play Japan, and for some strange reason Anzac actually gets to and wants to buy a carrier, it won't be magnetized. So I figured I'd go ahead and do it. But these are on there perfect. See, I just kind of throw them on there, and they're not coming off. So that worked out really well. Now for these of course I had to drill in there. I used my 1/8 drill bit, and in talking with Wartorn, he recommended just kind of going deep enough to where the magnet would be flush, and I went just a little bit deeper than that on accident, but as you can see, there's no showing of any type of issue on the deck. So that works great, of course, and that magnetizes and doesn't fall off. It's a strong enough pull. I can't quite pull it off without holding on to it, but that's not a big deal to me. The American carriers, again, you had the drill in the bottom just like that, so you see there. And the cool thing about that is, you know, my Dauntless sits on there really well. And if you notice, my Corsair, I did drill into it a little bit, and my concern was, since the wings are kind of beveled like that, I wasn't sure if there was going to be enough pull from that magnet to sit, but turns out there is. So if I turn it upside down, whoops, if I don't touch the plane, so the Corsair sits on there, and so you know the P38 will sit on there great too. So let me get a P38 real quick. The P38s are flat, so that's not going to be a problem, you know. So anyway, that's just want to give you a brief video. These aren't my ideas, by the way. I've just taken them from somebody else. Like I said, they're Kunstler. His worked great with the whole epoxy, so I probably did something wrong on the whole epoxy thing, but the thing I like about this way is like there's no way any residue is going to get on my map, which I paid a lot of money for. So anyways, hope that kind of helps you, and hope keeps you from making a boneheaded mistake like I did. So I definitely recommend just a touch of this glue, dries and locks within 20 seconds, and then you can put it on your board right away, and there are no issues with residue. So hope that helps, guys, and I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.